Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. This is a look ahead to the Sixers versus the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are 16-11. We're 13-13 after a 4-game losing streak. The Sixers just need to step up and guard the three-point line. It's really as simple as that. Lately, they have been getting killed. Granted, last game Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins had good games. But what really killed them in the end was Drew Holiday balling from three. What killed them in the Lakers game was leaving Brandon Ingram wide open from three and having other threes fall during the course of the game. And what killed them against the Suns was Booker drilling threes. So, of late, like I've said, everything involves threes. They really need to get to the line and guard the three-point line better. Granted, some of it might have to do with the fact that TJ's been out, who's one of our better perimeter defenders, and Robert Covington was out last game, who's one of our better perimeter defenders. But even with those guys in the game, they have been statistically not one of the better teams at guarding the three-point. They have been at the bottom tier of the league in the bottom 10 most games this year at guarding the three-point, statistically. So they really need to step up and guard the three-point line better, because the Timberwolves, even granted his age is up there now, have Jamal Crawford, who only has a 36.2% shooting at three this year, but that doesn't seem to affect the Sixers because Drew Holiday only had a 30 or a 31 and he went off against us. So the Sixers really need to step up against a guy like Crawford and guard the three. He averages about 10 points a game and has that 36.2% three-point shooting. And then they also have Aaron Brooks, who can knock down some threes off the bench, depending if he gets any playing time. So they need to make sure they guard him. And honestly, if they're smart, they would play him against the Sixers, who struggle to guard the three. Jimmy Butler has a 36.3% three-point percentage and 19 points a game with a 45.7 field goal percentage. He can also shoot and light up three ball in some games. So the Sixers need to get out on him and can't leave him wide open either. Shabazz Muhammad cannot shoot the three, so that's the guy you got to guard more within the lines. Andrew Wiggins can knock them down from time to time too. He has about the same average as Holiday did going in the last game, 30.7, and Drew Holiday lit us up. So again, the Sixers take three-point shooting for granted, it seems like, and guys that don't have the highest percentage especially, they leave wide the hell open, and then they literally make a shot and then get hot and then continue to keep making shots. The Sixers need to stop doing that, because even though these guys don't have the best three-point percentage on paper this season, they have been known at times of their career to get hot and start making threes. Especially a young guy like Wiggins. Jeff Teague has even got hot and started making threes. So they really got to be careful. Wiggins averages 18.2 with that 30.7 percentage from three. Jeff Teague this year is actually 42.2% from three, which is among the league lead for point guards shooting from three. So the Sixers point guards need to step up and make sure they don't leave Jeff Teague wide open at the three-point line. He averages 7.3 assists and 13.6 points. Gorgui Dieng is obviously the rebounder of their team. He averages about 5. Taj Gibson is their big rebounder, who averages about 9 and 12 points. He's always been that big nitty-gritty fighting, pounding player down low that I've liked his entire career. He just grabs boards on boards on boards, which is something that Trevor Booker has been doing immensely for the Sixers. Really great since he's been here. He might end up actually being a really good trade. If he keeps playing like this, he should be re-signed and be a guy that helps to get the young guys like Holmes better at defensive rebounding, because he's doing good on both ends, whereas some other guys only do great at offensive rebounding. But on the topic of Richaun Holmes, he has been a beast on the floor of late too. He just gets putback after putback and slams that crap down. He's been doing fantastic of late, and he needs to keep that up in order for us to keep staying in these ball games and hopefully eventually get over the hump and get off of this terrible 4-game losing streak. Sixers had chances to win most of these games, Against the Cavs, I'll give them a pass because the Cavs are an elite team. But they had a chance before Jrue Holiday went off to beat the Pelicans. They had a great chance to beat the Lakers after they came back. And they obviously had a chance to beat the Suns, but they couldn't guard the line, which killed them against Phoenix. Carl Aldridge, who doesn't even play, averages about 2 rebounds a game. And then Karl Anthony Towns, who obviously is their big-time big man, averages 20.1 points and 11.6 boards. So hopefully Joel Embiid, who's a game-time decision tonight, is able to play, because otherwise it's going to be really tough with just Johnson, Booker, and Holmes, and then having to put Saric at center possibly at some time, especially. It's going to be tough as anything to guard Karl Anthony Towns. Embiid tonight is a game-time decision, but if he plays, his stats are 23.5 a game with 11.1 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and a 48 field goal percentage. So he's been playing fantastic, obviously, and we really need him tonight to not just play great on offense, but help defend against Karl Anthony Towns. Robert Covington's another game-time decision, who's obviously our best three-point shooter at 42.7%, so really rounded up to 43, 15.3 points, and 6.2 boards. And then to help defend the three, Rocco is big there too. He's been one of our better defenders at defending the three, even though we haven't been great overall, but he at least helps mightily. And then TJ's the other guy that helps mightily, who's another game-time decision with 6.7, 3.5 rebounds a game. He has a 56 from three and a 52 from the field. We need him back to really help with our defense, as well as Robert Covington, who was out last game, that made our defense suffer further too. But TJ McConnell's a menace on defense. So we really need him to come back and have a great game. And then, of course, the beast rookie, Ben Simmons, averages 18 with 9.1 rebounds and 7.7 assists. So we need him to obviously continue to do well. And we need JJ Redick to continue to stay on the streak he's on of getting back to his ways of shooting and not struggling like he did for a short period of time. He averages 16.6 with 39% from the three and 44% from the field. So he's been doing a lot better of late. We need him to step up. We need Covington to step up if he plays. Korkmaz hopefully keeps getting better and has a better game as time goes on, and he becomes one of our better shooters as time goes on. Maybe not necessarily this season, but definitely in the future. And we just need to keep building, and we need to guard the damn three-point line to win these games. It is getting ridiculous how the Sixers keep losing games by not guarding the three-point line, especially against the Pelicans, who were more supposed to beat you down low, which they did throughout the game, but we were in the game until we gave up an onslaught of threes. So the Sixers really need to step up. Hopefully TJ and Rocco can go tonight to help us defend the three-point line. And also the best way to beat your crappy defense against threes is to make threes of your own, which of course Robert Covington's a big part of. And even of late, Embiid's percentage has gone up. So hopefully those guys are healthy. McConnell can make some threes this year too, being at 56% in a small sample size. So hopefully those guys are healthy so we can help ourselves. And if we still allow threes, we can at least make more of our own to balance it out. Let's go Sixers. Let's guard that three-point line. Let's get this win. Let's go into Minnesota and hunt down those Wolves. Peace out. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Borick.